Hello and welcome to Embracing Extraordinary podcast. I'm Deidre.
And I'm Jodie, and we're here to create a space for you to explore, expand, and embrace that extraordinary exists, is possible, and how extraordinary you truly are.
To hug, hold, accept, and embrace it to create your most extraordinary life.
Hello.
Hey Jodie, how are you this morning? Welcome.
Welcome to you too. How are you?
I'm fabulous, thank you.
That's good, my love.
So, what are we going to talk about this morning? We wanted to talk about why can't I have what I want? Which is a huge question. And, I think this concept or this idea goes directly to I suppose, to the heart of some of the challenges that our audience faces. And I think it provides a great insight for some of the transformational work that we want to talk about today.
Totally. It's such a juicy question, really. Why can't I have what I want? Well, why can't you have what you want? There's a lot to consider with that. What are some of the things that come up for you with that question, Dee?
Well, I suppose some of the challenges that I reflect on is why am I working so hard and I'm still not getting the results that I would like? I keep pushing, pushing, pushing. And, this is that great realization that we get who we are being, not what we are doing. And so, why do I keep experiencing some of those same problems that, I have hit burnout a couple of times? And why is that? You think that I would learn from that. But in the past, I haven't until now.
And you're making lots of really amazing changes. I actually think that question's got a few layers to it. That, the first layer for me is something really revealing, and you've just talked about being, is when we consider energy and the way that the laws of the universe work, we get who we're being, not what we're wanting. Now, I've heard that saying many times before, and it kind of landed. But the biggest thing that made it land for me is when we absolutely, we need to have desires. We need to, because they're showing us what's on our heart to create in life. But
Correct.
when I want to be happy. I want to have the great relationship. I want to have more money. If we're really just focusing on what we want, we get more of wanting. And that's the whole being piece. And so what that means is, let's say I want more money and I'm focusing my energy on, oh, I want my money. I want my money. What I'm actually going to get is more of the wanting the
Correct.
money, not necessarily more of the money. That was actually a game changer thing that really, really landed with me. Lots of spiritual teachers will teach it, or business teachers or healing teachers will teach it. Where I really read it and really landed for me was in the Conversations with God book. It was so cool. And it really just made me realize it's just such a shift to go from wanting the thing and then literally practicing the energy as if you had it. And that's also where the difference
Correct.
between please and thank you, and the power of thank you and gratitude really comes in here as well. So going back to the example of money versus, okay, I want more money, I want more money, and that's just going to give me more of the wanting, versus actually imagining oh, thank you so much for
Yeah.
this money. Thank you so much for this goodness. Thank you so much for these beautiful soul aligned clients. Thank you so much for this beautiful, rich, abundant, nourishing life. Then not only does that help my wiring, my nervous system, my unconscious, all of that, and my own personal settings start to really shift my vibration to be more in alignment with that. It means that because I'm in the energy as if I had it, then there's so many layers to that as well. My brain is the RAS system in the brain is going to start to look out for reasons to make that true. I'm going to shift energetic timelines, to that's the way the laws of the universe work. Also, just from a nervous system perspective, that shift between please and thank you, like when I want something, it implies that I don't have it yet. Yet.
Mm,
And so there's almost a lack energy, which in the nervous system, that can be a very subtle stress energy, versus when I have something, when I'm saying thank you, it
yeah,
implies that I already have it. And
correct.
even in the nervous system, there's a subtle, or for me, there's a
Yep.
subtle almost sigh of relief that happens. And so you can reverse engineer that and be in the energy of thank you first, that then helps to create that sort of effect in the body, in the nervous system, in your wiring, but also energetically, giving way more clear instructions for helping that thing to be true. So it's not that you can't have what
Mm,
you want. You have to decide what you want. You've got to decide the desire,
yeah.
what it is that you do have to decide at first. But when I guess the energy shift comes with when we focus too much on the wanting of the thing,
Yeah.
that's not going to create the thing. It's the energy of practicing the energy as if you already had it, and thank you, and being in gratitude and appreciation for it, and allowing yourself to imagine it if
Mm,
it's true. That is a really, really, really beautiful place to start.
yeah, absolutely. And I think, the answers really lie in that profound truth that you just mentioned. And I think if we just really for a moment allow that to land, that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are being.
Mm,
And I think that's just such a powerful truth that,
mm,
it's being is that internal. It's about who we are, how we feel, and those beliefs that we hold at that real deeper level. It's our identity work, our energetics work, the beliefs, the alignment work. So, most people operate from, as we've spoken about previously, have, do, be. What do I want to have? Those external goals. And then what do I need to do? The action, the strategies, and then be.
mm,
Whereas we know that it's who we're being. And then, yes, what do we need to do? So we've still got to take that aligned action, and then we get to have. And again, just a really subtle shift. And I don't know what your thoughts are, but I've been playing with this that I heard again on one of Hannah's sessions is more, please. Thank you. So again, it's just that real subtle shift when things happen. It's like more please and then thank you. And
I
I've been
love that.
playing, yeah, I've been playing around with that as well. And again, it just adds that little bit of fun element and that little bit of lightness
Mm.
to it as well. Yeah.
I love that. I also loved just how you explained the what you just said about be, do, have, and the difference between have,
Mm.
do, be. Like what's an example that we could give for that, honey, just to bring that to life a little bit?
Yeah, well, I think, for me, it's this transformative reframe, being first, having second. So instead of focusing purely on, what is it that I want to have or achieve, to really be able to shift my energy towards, well, who must I become to effortlessly
Mm,
attract my desires? And then what kind of person, naturally experiences ease, abundance, and fulfillment?
mm,
And then how can I embody those qualities now rather than waiting until after I've achieved my goals? So,
mm,
at the moment, I'm, focusing on moving my body because I'm starting to realize that a lot of my headaches, yes, is because where I'm holding stress in my body and I'm not moving my body. And every time I go to the gym and do weights, I would find that that would just add more pressure on my body. So I've been starting to play around with just some gentle kind of fascia flow movements. And I found I've been doing it for like 4 days, and it's really helped my body feel more easeful. So again, going into that, well, who do I need to be in terms of having a body that feels light and feels easeful and feels in flow and feels strong. And looking at all of those things. And then what do I need to do? I need to do my flow movements, every day and commit a certain amount to my movement every day. And then I will have those things that I want to have from doing this. But again, it's coming back into who I need to become
Yeah.
first. Um, yeah,
Yeah, totally. And it's also really important to normalize energetically being the person who's allowed to have that fit, strong, healthy,
yeah,
beautiful, lit up body. So
yeah.
to complement the action that you're doing. And I think that's where it comes up. Another example I think of in business. We can be doing all the strategy work and all the marketing and all the content creation and all of the stuff behind the scenes to be able to communicate with the clients and the work for the clients. But is the strategy work or is it working? Comes back to, do you see yourself as the
Mm.
person that can
Yeah.
have the success that comes along with more clients, the money that comes along with more clients, also the extra responsibilities and work that comes along with having more clients and having all of those things that you say that you want? Can you normalize it in your body? Can you
Mm.
literally be with it first before you have the things? Because that is
Yep.
it's a way to supercharge all the strategies and all the things that we're doing. And it's not that you can't have what you want. We already, we've talked about that part of the conversation, but it's being able to normalize in your system first,
Yeah.
being able to have those things and hold
Mm.
those things. So, and the other
Yeah.
thing I think that's really important to consider is once you start to normalize in your body and you start to do the energetics works and you start to really shift your identity and imagine yourself as the person that can have that, be prepared also that that's when your stuff's going to come up. That's
Mm.
when our things that need healing are going to come up, and the things that aren't in alignment, energetic alignment with us having that, are going to come
Mm.
up. And that's actually the beauty and the gift. And we've spoken about this, Dee, heaps, is
Yeah.
coming from the perspective and of, oh gosh, it's another thing, it's another thing. Whereas the flex really can be, oh, thank you. Okay, thank you. Because it's
Thank you.
coming
Yeah.
into my awareness now. Okay, cool. That's the thing that I can be with now and clear now and heal and integrate now to help me get
Mm.
closer to that desire actually being my reality. So there's just a couple of little things there that are really important, because
Mm.
this is what we're experiencing in ourselves, but it's also the people that we're working with.
Yeah.
High achievers, these beautiful change makers, souls wanting to make differences in their own lives, in their businesses, in their world, in their relationships, in their health, aliveness, all of it.
Mm.
And, we've all got goals and desires and wants, but the wanting is not enough. The wanting is just where it starts. And then it's the rest of it, all of those other things that can be really of value and help to start to create what you want into your reality. So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that, the quote from Peter Crone, life will present you with people and circumstances to reveal where you're not free. So it's like, when you do commit with gratitude, be graceful and accept the challenges that come up. And again, thank you for
Mm,
that, because that allows us to be able to work through another layer.
totally. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah.
And yeah, absolutely. And so we can expect that those challenges or opportunities, if you like, will come up to present where we can do our deeper work, to be more in alignment as
Mm.
well.
And I guess the other thing that I really think of, if you're in energetic alignment with that thing that you desire and that thing that you want, it's going to happen more easily. When you're not in
Absolutely.
energetic alignment, and when I say energetic alignment, that's like, does your unconscious mind believe it? Does your nervous system believe it? Does your personal settings, does our wiring actually believe it? Does it actually feel safe? Does it feel true? All of those things, when you're in alignment with it and your body's a yes, it's going to happen more effortlessly. When you're not in alignment with it, life's going to show you those people and circumstances to reveal to you, this is your opportunity, this is the work that you can do. And I guess that's the beauty of what we do at Embrace Your Extraordinary. This is our work, is we're looking at not just one part of the puzzle, we're looking at the complete picture of who you are.
Yeah.
And and it's also showing, well, why sometimes does the manifestation not work? Because The manifestation work is amazing and the energetics works is amazing, but are you also working with the stuff that's not in alignment with that?
Yeah.
Or you might be doing all these really fantastic strategies, but do you see yourself? Does your nervous system actually believe you're the person that can have all that? And so when we work with ourselves as a complete unit, we get to complete the picture, we get to
Yeah.
complete the puzzle and have that vision come to reality. And this is the magic of what we do to help you tap
Yeah.
into your own magic. And so it's certainly, we said, why can't you have what you want? You absolutely can have what you want, but the wanting it is not enough. There's
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think, if we were to think about how we could support people to move from that wanting to being, it might be just clearly thinking about one thing that they truly desire or deeply desire. So that could be more ease, fulfillment, wealth, whatever that might be. And then reflecting honestly, who am I being right now around this desire? And I suppose this is the steps that I will normally take. And often I'll find that I'm stressed or I'm impatient or I'm fearful or I'm doubtful around that. And then asking that simple question, who would I be if this desire was already true? Then
I
I
love
would
that.
be, yeah, I'd be calm, I'd be trusting, I'd feel expansive. And then just really identifying a clear energetic or emotional shift needed to align with that desire
Yeah, it's
and
gorgeous.
committing daily to being able to really embody these qualities, which is what I've been doing with my flow movements. So every morning, just connecting to the identity of that person and embodying those qualities.
Mm,
And then what happens is that I don't need the motivation to do that because that's external. It's like pushing external. I'm coming from more of that internal inspiration
mm.
to want to follow through and do that.
That's so cool. Another little thing you can try is just imagining for a moment. Imagination is where it starts.
Mm.
Allowing yourself to imagine even just for a moment, little bits. It doesn't have to be the big thing, little bits. Imagine for a moment if it was true.
Yes.
If it was really true, like what would it feel like in your body?
Mm.
If you were looking out the world through your eyes and that was true, how would you be? Like, what would the world look like? And even if you're on the outside looking in at you and you had that thing, that desire, it was real, what would you look like? How would you actually hold your body? Like,
Yeah.
what would your posture be like? What would the look on your face be like? What might the words you say or not say be? Allowing yourself the moments to just imagine it. And that's where it can be a really beautiful, quick exercise just to
Mm.
start with. And yeah, just be mindful if it feels true,
Mm.
then it's going to be more easeful. And if it doesn't, then there's beauty in that too, because that's showing you,
Absolutely.
okay, there's some work to do. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is what we can help you with. So we've got some really cool offers in creation at the moment. Well, one of them's available right now, which is our coaching. We are opening up some spots, and we're actually really excited about this because this is exclusive. We are only going to do this a few times a year. We've actually got some coaching spaces available if you want to fast track your results and really be in a container where you are held, looking at the stuff to transform to be the complete version of you that can have that thing or things, whatever your
Yeah.
desires are, then that's what our coaching is for. And then what are our other magical offers we're working on, Dee?
We're getting ready to open up a wait list for our unlimited program, which is a deep, nourishing container to support people to be able to do the real inner work.
Yeah.
And also with that, there will be, live coaching calls, there will be videos, there will be a community, there will also be an online learning platform to people to be able to be a part of, to have that close, nurturing community to
Mm.
support them to becoming unlimited.
Yeah, so that one's coming soon. So message us if you would love to be put on the wait list for that. And we've also got Awaken Your Dreams, which is going to be available really soon. This is a high value self-paced program to just really start to get into those energetic shifts and those mindset shifts that can start to really awaken and bring those dreams to life a little bit more. So that one's really lovely. It's very packed with value and you can work with that one at your own pace. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jodie. And I think, just final words as we close today, just remembering that you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are being.
Mm,
And every result in your life is a reflection of your inner alignment.
yeah.
And from the words of Dr. Joe, your thoughts set your direction, but your emotions, your energy, your state of being will determine your destination.
Mm,
So, simple question to close with today. You can ask yourself, who am I choosing to be today?
I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you,
Thank
Dee.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Lots of love.
Bye.
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 Thanks so much for joining us. We hope this conversation has inspired you to start to explore, expand, and embrace that extraordinary exists, is possible, and how extraordinary you truly are.
If you loved this conversation, we would be so grateful for you to share it with the people in your world who you think might love to hear it. Please leave a review to help us reach more extraordinary people like you and turn these ripples into waves.
Until next time, remember, you're extraordinary. Dare to embrace it.